Call to order the City of Dunkirk Common Council meeting, April 3rd, 2018 at 5:30 p.m. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Here.
Councilmember Heenan?
Here.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Here.
Councilmember at Large Voish?
Present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
certification of the prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, March 20, 2018 was presented to the mayor on Tuesday, March 27, 2018. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and seal of the City of Dunkirk, New York, to this 3rd day of April, 2018.
I need a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes.
So move.
Councilman Williams with the first. Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember Bawish?
Aye. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case the individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane to any action taken or contemplated by council. The time limit specified shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time had expired.
Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to step forward to the microphone, state your name and address. Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward to the microphone, state your name and address. Last opportunity. Privilege of the floor is now open. If anybody wishes to speak, please step forward and state your name and address. Privilege of the floor is now closed. Communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages.
Just have two quick announcements. One, just wanted to clear up for the record, last week the situation that occurred at the water plant was due to an accident that was caused by the contractor who happens to be working there. It was not a faulty pipe or wear and tear, it was an accident. And I just wanted to commend publicly our guys, Bob Laurie, the chief operator at the plant, for a job well done, as well as our DPW director, Randy Woodbury. These guys were there and worked pretty much throughout the night for several days. And I'd also like to acknowledge the assistance of our engineer that we have, our contracted engineer for that project, Hill Engineering. Gus Moss was also a huge help to the city. And the contractor has been working with the city. They've got our water back in service, and they are going to continue to work with us on the permanent fix to the issue that they created. So I just wanted to make it clear to council and to the public what actually happened was an accident, and it was not due to any faulty pipes or anything like that. I also have one quick announcement for council and for the public. We're going to be breaking ground. We'll have a groundbreaking ceremony. I'd like to invite everyone to the groundbreaking ceremony for the Wright Park Improvements Project. That's on Wednesday, April 11th, 2018 at 10 a.m. at Wright Park. Again, there's going to be a lot of construction happening this spring and in early summer. So these are all good things for the city. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Communications from the public and petitions.
Request from the Dunkirk Joint Veterans Council to hold the annual Memorial Day services and Memorial Parade on Monday, May 28, 2018. Service at Memorial Park to begin at 10 a.m. with parade to follow. Also requesting reviewing stands and chairs at Memorial Park and City Hall and participation by the mayor and city officials.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye.
Request from Kevin Lucas on behalf of the Western New York Lady Renegades 12U Girls Travel Softball to utilize the Dunkirk softball fields near Wright Park for a few of their home-based league games and team practices May through July 2018. Proposed practice schedule April 21st, 28th, and May 5th from 10 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. and May 20th from 9 a.m. till 10:30 a.m.
Councilman Bamanto, I believe you had something you'd like to share?
Yes, they put in here they want to play through July, but right here what they got scheduled for June and their practices doesn't conflict with anything that we're running in the city recreation. But in July, they haven't put down any dates, and that could be a conflict with tournaments and league play with the other leagues that we have. So I would like to see if we can get some clarification on those dates.
Okay, we're going to ask the city clerk to contact Mr. Lucas and get specific dates for the month of July for those softball games and/or practices to see if they conflict with any existing games or practices, if the fields are vacant or
Yes, sir.
occupied already. So we are asking for a motion contingent upon the appropriate departments as well as approved subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions and dates of the games. I need a first. Councilman Bamanto, need a second.
So moved.
Councilman Williams, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye.
Request from Kevin Lucas on behalf of the Lady Renegades to use Promenchenko Stadium on Sunday, June 24, 2018 from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. for their 12U girls softball game.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approved, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Bamanto with the first, Councilman Williams with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto? Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye.
Request from Tim Dovias on behalf of the First Ward Falcon Club and Dunkirk Fast Pitch Team to use Promenchenko Stadium and Cooks Field on May 12, 2018 for the Early Bird Fast Pitch Softball Tournament.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye.
Request from Tim Dovias on behalf of the First Ward Falcon Club to use Promenchenko Stadium and Cooks Field for their annual Fast Pitch Softball Tournament on July 13th, 14th, and 15th, 2018. Permission to operate a food stand in the area and a waiver of the curfew at the stadium for the 3 days.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye.
Request from Devi Carapella for water service for a new residential home under construction at 5001 Westlake Road, Dunkirk, New York 14048.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer this to the DPW department, the treasurer's department, and the town of Pomfret and/or town of Dunkirk.
So moved.
Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye.
Request from Chautauqua County Department of Health and Human Services to hold a pinwheel event at Dunkirk City Hall on Friday, April 13, 2018 at 11 a.m. and for the mayor to say a few words about the importance of child abuse prevention.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Bamanto with the first, Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan. Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Voisin.
Aye. We have 2 loudspeaker applications before us this evening. I am going to ask the city clerk to please read them off individually. However, since we didn't have any discussions or concerns during the workshop session, we are going to group them together for one motion and one vote. Clerk?
A, the Dunkirk Historical Lighthouse and Veterans Park Museum to use microphones and loudspeakers on May 28, 2018 at 8 a.m. for their annual Memorial Day service. The Dunkirk PBA to use a radio at the large pavilion of Point Gratiot on June 15, 2018.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Williams with the first, Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Vovoshik.
Aye. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Williams?
All I have is that when the mayor mentioned that the groundbreaking ceremony for the Wright Park area is going to be on April 11th. That is in the First Ward. I will not be able to be there. Unfortunately, I'm going to be in Cleveland with a family member that's having a medical procedure that day. So good luck at the groundbreaking.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Williams. Councilman Bamanto?
I'd like to thank, like the mayor, thank Randy Woodbury, Bobby Laurie. There was more people involved than just them two. You know, I'd like to thank your efforts working around the clock and getting us up and back with the water as good as you guys did. You guys did a great job. I'm proud of you guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilman Bamanto. Councilman Heenan?
Nothing, sir.
Councilman Civiletto?
Do want to let everyone know on the 11th, the same day as the Wright Park ribbon cutting, we'll have a safety committee meeting at 4 o'clock. And was just kind of wanted to bring it up again. The water alert that we had, again, I think it was I've brought this up earlier in my term, that I think we need something that alerts the citizens a little bit better than what we have. And I think we should really explore either, if we're not going to go with the suggestion that I had earlier, then we have some type of education to our citizens to get onto New York Alert, or some different type of alert system, because I personally didn't know about the water boil alert until late Friday. So, and it happened on Friday morning when it came out. So if a councilman doesn't know, I think the citizens should be alerted a little bit better.
Mayor Rosas, you have something to add?
Yeah, I just want to remind the councilman that the boil order, the boil water order actually comes from the Department of Health at the county level, and they hold the authority and responsibility to advise the community.
I still think that even though it's coming from the county, even though if something came from the United States, I don't care. If we can get out a warning to our citizens better than they can, then let's do it. That's just my opinion.
Councilman Bamanto?
I was at work 6 o'clock Thursday morning, and I heard about it by 7 o'clock. And when I got home from work, New York Alert was already on my recorder at home.
Right, but I wasn't signed up for New York Alert, so I didn't.
I'm not either. I just don't even know how I got it. I don't even have a landline.
Something that we can definitely further discuss during your public safety meeting.
Yeah, definitely. Just thought I'd bring it up. People to think about.
Yes, Mr. Woodbury.
I think, Councilman, that's an excellent point, but I would separate it from the incident that happened. The incident that happened was a boil water advisory. All of the indications we had that the water was safe to drink at all points. The county health department advised people if they want to be absolutely safe to boil the water. All of the test results that we got show that it was safe the entire time. But I think communication can always be improved on every item. So I just want to separate the two items. I think we did, for this particular item, we did the best we could. I'd like to thank the water maintenance crew, Jim Gainey, Steve Zatorsky, the plumbing inspector, Jim Meyer. I'd like to thank Kyle Schuster, the chemist at the plant, and especially I'd like to thank the licensed operator in charge, who when he noticed that the water quality going out, almost going out of the plant, was 20 times above the limit, he immediately stopped pumping, so no water ever got into the system. The licensed operator was on the job, saved the system, and we did the best we could. And I think our priority was to let the county do their job. It's their job to do notification, and it's our job to fix the problem. So we concentrated on that. And can things always be better? Absolutely. But I think to separate the two issues, let's work on communication. We always want to try to improve communication. But for this particular instance, I think everything happened the best it possibly could.
But wouldn't it have been a great thing if we could have put that little message on something for our citizens so they would have known what was going on, as opposed to just hearing from the county? Now, we wouldn't let you do it because it would have been 4 pages long, but still, we would have. But to have that type of information would be good. You know, I'm just picking right now.
Wow. Fair enough. We let everybody know what was going on, and then the surgeons went into the OR, and we don't give you a play-by-play when we're in the OR. And then we come out and we tell you what the prognosis is after that. So we went into OR mode, and I'm sorry, radio silence during OR.
Yeah.
Oops. Anything else, Councilman Civilotto?
No, I'm good.
Okay. The only thing I have, I was handed this during the workshop session that citizen Valerie Pavlak would like it to be known that she had an article in the opinion section of the Observer this past week and just wanted us to be able to receive and file it and let us know that we should have read it if we didn't already. So, Valerie, your letter is received and filed. That finishes reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Moving on to unfinished business. We have none. Pre-filed resolutions.
39, resolution authorizing a lease agreement for an office copier in the Department of Planning and Development.
Any discussion, council? Councilman Heenan?
During workshop, I spoke with Councilman Civilotto and E.J. Hayes, and they informed me that this is approximately about the same cost as they've had previously, so I'm in favor of this resolution.
Thank you, Councilman Heenan. Any further discussion? Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams? Aye. Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civilotto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Washington.
Aye.
40, resolution authorizing lease of ambulance cots for fire department.
Any discussion, council? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civilotto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Washington.
Aye.
41, resolution for proposed local law, the sale of city-owned real property.
I have been notified that there is an amendment that I need to make to this resolution. Council, actually, you guys don't even know about it. It didn't even happen during the workshop. So if you're looking at resolution 41, on the last paragraph, resolved, third line down, it says Development and Planning Director, comma, to create. It should say Development and Planning Director and DPW Director, comma, to create. So we have to insert and DPW Director into the last resolved. Any questions about the amendment, council? I will need a roll call vote on the amendment to add DPW Director in. Clerk?
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civilotto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Washington.
Aye. Now, since this is a change to a proposed local law, we will also need to table this resolution. Do I have a motion to table?
So move.
Councilman Williams with the motion to table. Do I have a second? Councilman Civilotto with the second.
Councilmember
Oh,
Williams?
go ahead. Yep.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civilotto?
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Washington.
Aye. Since it is tabled, we'll set a public hearing for any discussion on the matter of the proposed local law change for April, what did I say, 17th?
Yep.
Tuesday, April 17th at 5:20 p.m. Number 42, whenever you get a moment, take your time.
Resolution to amend Resolution Number 36-2018.
Any discussion, council? Richard, nothing? No? Okay. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Wilson?
Aye. Any new business coming forward? Walk-ins? Councilman Heenan?
It's not new business, Councilman at Large. I just wanted to go back to the ambulance costs for the fire department. For the people who have not read the resolution, that being the residents and the taxpayers of the city of Dunkirk, these cots are 20 years old plus. I'm guessing that there's a lot of modern improvements, including the movability of them, and probably a lot less, I'm guessing, chances of not only the person on the cot of getting injured, but as well as a firefighter possibly. And I didn't know if Chief Edwards has anything he'd like to add to that.
No, not at all. Just an unfortunate event that you end up on one of these. It's the latest in the industry standard.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Heenan. Any further new business? Seeing none, motion to adjourn.
So move.
Councilman Williams with the first. Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Wilson?
Aye. Meeting adjourned.